Rightio then. We are green. We are live. I hope. I'll find out shortly. Here we are. Mute that off. Share it around to everyone's Discord. And now we're good to go here. We're just going to give it 5 minutes so everyone start filtering through that come to watch. And yeah, welcome everyone. I'm just currently spreading it out to the Discord. First time doing a live stream in a while. We've had a bit of complications with the live streams, but here we are. This will probably be a one-off on this channel. All the other qualifying live streams will be on the NRUK second channel, which you can find in the NRUK Discord, should you want to pay a visit to watch qualifying on a regular basis. It's just this one-off we're on this channel. So yeah, qualifying today, the stream will be, not the stream, the premiere of the race will be tomorrow. I hope you can join us all then. And yeah, welcome all. And yeah, just to let you know, this is a one-off on this channel. The NRUK second channel will be the one that's used in the future, I believe. And yeah, that's all spread out there, so we can close that down now. And we're just going to wait for everyone to start filtering through. Welcome everyone that does join. No one's joined yet, but let's see. Let's give it a go. And yeah. Unfortunately, this would have been streamed on the main channel, but unfortunately, copyright strike, 3 months off of live streaming, so I've had to come over here instead. Hey, it's Keegan. Welcome to the stream, Mr. Thompson. Joggy! Yeah, welcome, Keegan. Great to see you here in the stream, and I'm looking forward to this qualifying session that we've got going on here. Just giving it until about 3 minutes to let people start filtering through, let people join the stream, so you can just chill, sit at the back for a minute while the others hopefully will join. Best of luck to everyone today, of course, but yeah, we're here. It's 4 o'clock my time almost, 11 Eastern for the guys over in the US, but just give it a minute until people start coming through. How has everyone's day been? And yeah, I'm looking forward to this series. Should be pretty good. Should be pretty vexed for it. And hope as many people can join as possible. It's a 20-minute qualifying session. So 20 minutes to decide who's going to be starting on pole position for this round one of the championship. On pole during, or not on pole, but during practice, Nonagon Scott was quickest by over half a second. The Braun GP. Too quick, really, for anyone else in the field, and Nonagon will hopefully be looking to replicate that performance in tomorrow's Grand Prix. But yeah, we're just gonna wait for people to start joining, hopefully, and yeah, get going. Hopefully OBS is holding out all right. If it's not, just message me, tell me. And yeah, I think we are the only ones, right? I'm surprised Nonagon isn't here, but hey, it's 11 o'clock their time. Get up. That's what my message is to them, but hey ho, it is what it is. I know Evan's been awake today, but he might be out somewhere. It is Easter after all. People are out and about. Not as much due to the coronavirus, but hey ho. William Bulin's been awake too. So is Nonagon. We'll see who decides to tune in. I'm sure they get there eventually. We've got about a minute. And we'll fire up GP4. Might as well. Best of luck to everyone. And yeah, we're going to get this going here. in a second. Starting up GP4 now, and welcome Keegan. Thanks for joining me. We might be the only two people here, but let's get on it. Let's get into it. And hopefully it should be a pretty good session. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to seeing the drivers on track for the first time this year. And for the first time, we will go qualifying then. Australia is the track. And we're getting this session underway right about now, really. I'm just going to check the options here, make sure we've got it all. It's a 20-minute qualifying session. Realistic weather, so it might be raining, we don't know. It's just what the game generates. And best of luck to all the drivers out there. Let's just give you a reminder of our lineup this year. While we wait for a few more people to join. Luke Rainey and Lathan Strickland are in the McLarens, and we have Max Rossi. Fitzwater in the Ferrari team. BMW consists of Evan Hunter and Jack Marshall, and Patrick Smith and Samit Ozkan, William Bulin and Mitchell Collins in the Toyotas, Minnick and Mills in the Toro Rossos, Brett Sirra and Keegan Thompson in the ever-competitive Red Bull team, Sean Richardson and Max Anderson driving the Williams, Matt Johnson and Derek Hamill are in the Force India, and then Braun GP and I've got Nonigan, Scott and Eli Bright on board. They're going to be pretty quick as well, as Nonigan's already showcased this year. Just going to make sure that's saved, because it does change. This changes all the time. You have to double check it, because you've got unpredictable weather, right? That's the whole part and fun of this championship. You guys voted for 75% races, so I hope you're in for the long run. They are long races, to say the least. And yeah, let's get into it. Let's just get into it. Thank you for joining in, Keegan. I'm sure the others are asleep, but watch afterwards if you want to. I'm not going to post the results in the channel because that will spoil it. Go watch the video. I want views. Qualifying it is then, and it's going to be a perfect sunny day. You know, the sun is out, no cloud coverage, and the rain's going to hold off for the entire session. So perfect conditions here for a qualifying run. Forecast looks green, and without further ado, let's get to Albert Park for the first ever round of the NRUK F1 Championship in 2009. It's your boy Nonigan. Welcome, Nonigan, to the stream. And here we go. 20 minutes of qualifying. And look at the beautiful cars out on racetrack. Before some of them do get out on the track, I'm just going to say these yellow cars here, don't worry, they won't be actually competing during the race. It's just a thing with GP4. It must have 22 cars at least in a car set. And to fill up the numbers here, they've just incorporated this yellow team. They do participate in qualifying, but when it gets to the race, they do not start. And yeah, we're going to be waiting to see who's the first driver out on track for this year. And it's going to be a Force India. Out of the garage and onto the track. This is, I believe, Derek Hamill, the Force India. This is the German driver. Force India Mercedes, the first team to take to the track in the 2009 F1 Championship. Hamill out on track. Patrick Smith for Renault is joining. Luke Rainey as well. So these guys are trying to get an early lap. Hamill's the first out on racetrack. He's gone board as he takes around the corners of Albert Park. Around a few corners there with Derek Hamill in the Force India. Listen to that engine scream. It's a beautiful sight. And he'll be the first one to set a lap time down here. Patrick Smith is next out. Luke Rainey out in the McLaren. High expectations for their team this year, although they were a bit slow in pre-season testing. Mitchell Collins in the Toyota. Sam Ozkan in the other Renault. But Hamill will be the first one to set down a lap here. He's going to set the benchmark. The Force Indias were shockingly poor in Catalonia for pre-season testing, but they've improved in practice. We saw this morning, still towards the rear of the field, but their times were certainly better. And Derek Hamill will take down the first lap in this year's F1 Championship. Welcome, Bronson of Awesomeness. Bronson Minix in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. The Toro Rosso driver for this year. Welcome, Bronson. As Derek Hamill sets down the first lap of qualifying here. 20-minute session. What can Hamill do? Remember, the Force India not one of the front runners, so this lap time should be comfortably beat, but you never know. Can Derek push the car to its limits, push it past its capabilities? It's the first top lap of the season, that's correct. 29.3, pretty slow in comparison to what we've seen this year in qualifying or in practice, especially in the test. I'm doing good, Bronson. How are you doing yourself? Derek Hamill out the turn, down through sector 2 now. Through this turn and the tricky S section here. You don't want to run right, that gets your car very squirrely indeed if you run right here onto the gravel trap. But Hamill's setting down a decent lap so far, 57.493 after sector 2. Pink gravel, I know. And around the turn he will go. Derek Hamill then. It's all sorts of colour gravel. I don't know why that is, but hey ho, deal with it, enjoy it. Hamill here through the final 2 turns then to set down the first lap time and hot lap of the season. Hamill will approach the finishing line here. Set down a 1:27.4. Patrick Smith next up. Is he going to better the Force India's time in his Renault? He will comfortably. Goes quickest for now. Luke Rainey next up on the timesheet here. He goes third fastest only. Mitchell Collins smashes the lap time. Half a second quicker than Patrick Smith. Ozcan goes provisional third. Fitzwater in the Ferrari. What can he do? Mitchell Collins was fastest. Fitzwater can only go second and is quite a way behind. Bronson Minnick is up next. String's buffering. I do see that, guys. My apologies. Minnick and Richardson towards the line. Richardson goes second fastest. Here's Nolligan Scott. He was flying in the Brawn this morning. What lap time can he set? He's 2/10 quicker than Mitchell Collins. William Bulin third fastest for now, but Nolligan Scott in good form. Look at Keegan Thompson though. He could challenge in the Red Bull. Where does he go? Third fastest for now. Lathan Strickland is up next. Only 6th. Then we have the other Brawn. This is Eli Bright. He can only go 9th fastest. Held up probably there by the Force India of Mac Johnson. And there's the first set of hot laps of the season. It was very tight there. When we look at the standings here, Nolligan Scott 2/10 faster than Mitchell Collins. Right now, Keegan Thompson went third fastest. William Bulin fourth fastest. So Toyota's showing a lot of promising pace here early on. Kashawn Richardson 5th fastest in the Williams. 6th for Strickland. 7th for Fitzwater. 8th for Patrick Smith. See, like Eli Brighton, he went 9th fastest, but he was held up there. He needs to get back out there and better his lap time. Jack Marshall 10th. Ozcan 11th. Hamill 12th. 13th for Mac Johnson. Rainey in the McLaren was very slow, only 14th fastest for him. And Bronson Minnick rounds out the field in P15. Currently gets set a lap time. Max Rossi, Evan Hunter, Jose Mills, Brett Sierra and Max Anderson. As the rest of the drivers will filter through into pit lane then. Here's Jack Marshall. They're all going to come down this time. They got their lap in. And it'll be interesting to see who is next out on track as everyone's filtering through into pit lane here. See the mechanics pushing the cars back in the pits. It's a hectic place in qualifying right here. And you can see some of the drivers here being pushed back. They'll be out again pretty soon. They've only got 20 minutes to set down a lap time. It's not the biggest amount of time. Eventually got there, but they're doing pretty good right now. And Nolligan Scott was exceptionally quicker than the rest of the field. But now out on track, here comes the other Williams. This is Max Anderson in the 17 Williams. His teammate Kashawn Richardson went 5th fastest, so Sean shown some good time. What can his teammate Anderson do, and can he match it? As they go out on track, Jose Mills is out on the track. Max Rossi, Evan Hunter as well. So the rest of the guys that didn't set a lap time now, they're going to come out to try and set their hot lap. I think we're going to go on board here. Eventually, if Brett Sierra comes out, we might go on board with him. in the Red Bull. But let's see what they can do as they get the tyres warmed up, the heat through the brakes and the tyres, set down their first laps of the session. Here, Derek Hamill's out for a second try, currently 12th fastest with a 1:27.4. It's a half decent lap time from the Force India driver, but currently could probably do better than that. We'll see what he can do. But Max Anderson's the first out here. Here's Max Rossi in the Ferrari. His teammate exactly Fitzwater Senior this year. Ferrari slow in testing, slow so far today. Can Rossi pick up the pace here? Set down a better lap time to somehow get himself in the mix here. 12 minutes left remaining in the session. And, we'll see if anyone can improve their lap time or certainly get better in terms of improving their lap time. Max Anderson then. Here he goes on his hot lap. Start the time once he crosses the start-finish line, and here we go then. Nonagon Scott, the time to beat at the moment. Some of the other drivers are joining the track for a second lap. Max Anderson then, through sector 1, down the straightaway. And into the turn under the V-Power, the Shell V-Power sign. And through the turn, he locks up the brakes there. Lock up on the right front from Anderson. That won't help his time that much. But he's doing a nice job now through this section. He'll cut here to the first sector. Let's see how quick he is in relation to Nonagon Scott. Almost a second slower already. He's lost in the first sector. So the Brawn GP at the moment looks unstoppable. It has been here in Australia especially. However, we saw in testing at Catalonia, the Red Bulls show pace. Keegan Thompson was fastest then. Well, Anderson place in terms of his starting grid spot. We'll find out shortly. But Max Anderson then. Where is he going to be? He's miles behind Scott already. Again, about 8/10 down to the Brawn GP driver, the Brit. He currently tops the timesheets. Anderson, how fast can he go? Through the turn again. He'll race into the last two turns past that rather fluorescent orange looking gravel trap. Where can Max Anderson go? Off the corner then and across the line. Max Anderson will put himself 14th fastest. Not really good enough. Let's see where Jose Mills can put his Toro Rosso on the grid. This is his first lap time. It's going to be 11th place. Max Rossi was held up by Minnick. He can only go 17th fastest. Evan Hunter, where is he going to go? Second fastest. He was like that in practice too. And Evan Hunter is back out and back towards the top. What a blistering lap from the BMW driver. Great stuff indeed. Hamill's stuck behind the yellow car. Patrick Smith looks like he's improved. He's only a 10th down on Nonagon Scott. What can Patrick Smith do in his Renault? This is a solid lap time indeed. But where will it place him? A few other drivers, including Sean Richardson, and I believe a Red Bull there, are in the background, so they're going to be setting down a lap time soon. Patrick Smith, where does he go on the grid? It's going to be 6th fastest, a good lap time. Sean improves to go 3rd fastest. Brett Sirra only 7th in the Red Bull. Rainey and Fitzwater held up by a slow car. It's not been the qualifying that they have wanted at all. Where can Fitzwater go? 8th fastest. Really not good enough for Ferrari standards. Ozcan 13th fastest only. And that cycles them through again. William Bulin's going to try and improve his time in the Toyota. Where can he put himself on the grid here? William Bulin will cross the line. Can't improve on his time. 3/10 still down to the Brawn GP car of Scott. Here comes Bronson Minnick. In the 11, Toro Rosso driver. Can he improve on his lap time? He's not going to get a pole for sure. Doesn't improve. Lathan Strickland, again, doesn't improve. So a lot of drivers out here have not improved their time. And now the standings look something like this. Nonagon Scott still has the pole, but it's only a 1/10 advantage over Evan Hunter. What a lap time from the BMW driver. Sean Richardson in 3rd. Mitchell Collins in 4th in the Toyota. So it's a very jumbled up grid here. Certainly what we were not expecting. Thompson 5th fastest in the Red Bull. Butin is 6th. Sirra is 7th. Fitzwater Senior is an 8th. On the next page, Patrick Smith went 9th fastest. Strickland 10th. Eli Bright 11th. Jack Marshall is 12th. Ozcan 13th. Mills 14th. Hamill 16th. Matt Johnson is in 16th. Rainey 17th. A poor lap from him. A poor lap from Max Anderson too. Max Rossi needs to get back out on track and set a better time for Ferrari. And Bronson Minnick currently tops the holds up the table. He's in last position. 7 minutes left here. This could be the next lap for these drivers. Could be their last one. So they might only have one more shot to improve their time here and get quicker. But those are the top 8 for now. What a lap from Nonagon Scott, trying to grab the first pole position of the series and the first pole position of his career. As everyone is here. Max Rossi is back out on track then. He desperately needs to better that time. Only 19th so far, 1.7 seconds off the pace. It's been horrendous. First lap set down by the Ferrari driver. He must get better. What can he do here? His teammate Fitzwater currently sits 8th. Can this driver improve? Rossi was 7th fastest in early morning practice. Jose Mills is back out on the track. Max Anderson as well. Does Nonagon Scott maybe stay in? Just let his lap time be, or does he try and improve that? Try and go for it even further. Here comes Keegan Thompson. Is he going to be a threat to pole position? He is quick. The Red Bulls do have pace. Can Thompson find it? He's currently 5th fastest. Force India out on track. The Toyota coming out on track, and this could possibly be the final run of this session to decide the pole winner for today. And it could very well go to Nonagon Scott at the moment. He's doing a wonderful job out front. But Max Rossi needs to improve his time. Let's go on a lap on board with the Ferrari driver. Take you round Albert Park here. And he's quicker. Max Rossi is quicker than Nonagon Scott. This could be a very, very good lap from the Ferrari driver. We went on board with him for that first part. Could he about to snatch pole away from the Brawn GP driver? Max Rossi in the Ferrari. Can he impress here? It's going to be almighty battle between the Ferrari driver and the Brawn GP driver. Rossi to the line. Only 2nd fastest. He couldn't beat Nonagon Scott's time. It wasn't enough from Max Rossi. Mills is the next car on track. They do sound good, Nonagon. I'll agree with that. Mills to the line. Can't improve. Next to set down a lap time is Max Anderson. Scott is back out on track to try and improve that time in the Brawn GP car. Great lap from Max Rossi, but he could only go 2nd fastest. What about Max Anderson? Where can he put himself on the timesheets? 13th only for him. Next driver setting down a lap. Keegan Thompson in the Red Bull. Is he going to be a threat to Nonagon Scott? To the line. 6th fastest only for Keegan. He improved, but it wasn't enough really for the Red Bull driver. I'm struggling to see a guy who's going to catch Nonagon Scott here. What about Mitchell Collins in the Toyota? They've been quick. They've been fast. Can't improve. Eli Bright needs a good lap time. Where does he place his Brawn? Only 8th on the grid for Eli. Not good enough. And not a great lap time from him. He must improve for tomorrow. Jack Marshall's up next in the BMW. Where can he go? His teammate Evan Hunter was temporarily second. They're talking about Hunter. Can't improve on his time. And Samet Ozcan is up next. Sean Richardson could set down a good lap time. But Williams has been quick. Where can Kashawn go in relation to Nonagon Scott? Kashawn can't improve. What about Luke Rainey? Can the McLaren get any better lap times in here? 17th only. It's been an abysmal run for the McLaren driver. What about Nonagon Scott? Does he improve his lap time? Doesn't look like he will, and he won't. Scott doesn't improve. Where does Patrick Smith go in the Renault? Doesn't improve either, so these could be an interesting remaining couple of minutes here. And these could be the, the final laps of these guys' qualifying runs here. There's not going to be much more time to get in a lap, I don't think. And that might be the only, that might be the end of it. Unless someone has come out very late here. They've got to see if they can get a good or decent lap time in. Marshall's pitting in. Evan Hunter's also going to pit here. None of these guys are on a fresh lap here. They're all pitting in here. Eli Bright only went 8th fastest in his Brawn. That wasn't really good enough for him. In comparison to his teammate, who is the quickest driver out on track. This man right here, Nonagon Scott's actually gone faster than his original lap time, but he might come in because the fuel in the car might not be enough. Is he going to stay out and maybe setting down that even quicker lap time? Nonagon Scott, I think he's going to pit, if I'm being honest with you. And he will. He will. The fuel was not enough loaded in the car, and he has to come back into the pit. That might be it though, with a minute left of this session. And this man right here, Nonagon Scott, may be on pole. But look at this, a late ditch attempt here from Jose Mills. Max Rossi's back out on track. But have they got enough time to get a lap in? It's going to be very, very close indeed. It's alright, Fitzy. Don't apologise, man. It's cool. Are they going to have enough to get a lap time in? I don't think so. Mills only went 16th fastest. Max Rossi currently starting on the outside row of the grid. What a fantastic qualifying run from him. But they're not going to get a lap time in now. There's absolutely no chance. This is the way the standings will look then. Nonagon Scott has probably grabbed pole for tomorrow's Australian Grand Prix. Max Rossi will start on his outside. What a great qualifying session for the likes of Evan Hunter, Kashawn Richardson and Mitchell Collins. Keegan Thompson can only put his Red Bull 6th. Bulin 7th. Eli Bright is 8th fastest on the next row. Sierra 9th fastest. Fitzwater only 10th. Smith is 11th. Patrick Smith in the Renault. Jack Marshall 12th. Latham Strickland 13th. Max Anderson 14th, Ozcan in 15th, Mills goes 16th. On the next page you can see Rainey having a shocker in the McLaren, only 17th fastest, and the two Force Indias a minute. Props up the field, he is a rookie. He's got a lot of time though to improve. Yeah, but that's qualifying over, and Nonagon Scott has one pole position for tomorrow's race. He'll start on the front row alongside the Ferrari of Max Rossi. It could be an immense battle tomorrow. 44 laps around Albert Park in the race. It will premiere at 4 Eastern. And I hope to see you guys then. Please come watch the race. I know we didn't have a lot of viewers today, but tomorrow we hopefully will be, and I really encourage you to join us for the race. Qualifying is only qualifying. The racing is where it is at. And Nonagon Scott starts on pole for tomorrow. Just going to quickly save up here, guys, to make sure the game doesn't crash. I have to keep the stream running, unfortunately. But there's the finishing order. Tomorrow, hopefully we'll get a better turnout. I thank everyone for watching the stream. This is the final kind of finishing order here. And there we go. And there we go. Thank you very much for watching. It was good fun.